doveva partire in automatico. Hello everybody. So actually I was transmitting into without being connected. I don't know, something happened with YouTube. And I was seeing here, but it didn't work. So I will have to start from the beginning to explain a few things that I'm doing here. Thank you for coming also, and let's see if we are online at this moment. I hope that we are. So I have started explaining how I'm working on this project, and that I had to make a few new. I have to make one new scene, one new environment. For this movie, I will have only 3 environments. One will be 60s, something a little more similar to 50s, 60 years, 60s, 50s. New York, one world is a futuristic world. You can see how I did it on the last stream, and a new world will be something like apocalyptic, some kind of apocalyptic industrial world. Pretty, how to say, yeah, it's a kind of world that that isn't. It's more of a hell. So actually, I don't have a right idea on how it should be done. I have just imagined a little bit. And when you're doing movies, you would actually maybe try to make some drawings of your scenery, how it should look, and things like that. But in this case, I'm actually using Unity as my drawing board, so as I can kit bash and make this world pretty faster than just drawing, and it will be also much more readier for production. So in some way I can pretty easily shrink my production times. So yeah, because I already did some things here, so I will be just trying to explain what I did before. I have created a new scene, set it completely to a dark environment, and I have re-imported all my post-processing effects from other scenes. This is because I really I want to keep all scenes with a similar exposure, similar specifics, similar quality. So by doing so, yeah, and all 3 scenes, all 3 environments of this movie, they are all happening at the night at the same time, but on the parallel worlds. So from here on, I have set up my camera, imported camera, and I have created a terrain. For terrain, I have set just one simple material that isn't anything special. It's just a diffuse and a normal map, and nothing too much. For a moment, I wouldn't be adding too much things. Also, my terrain, I have set it to be a really small terrain. It's like 300 for 300 meters, and I have set also terrain height to be something pretty low. And for this task, I will be using mostly just few assets, models that I already have, that I already own. They are assets of some industrial science fiction elements. And I'll be using only those elements to kit bash them into my scene. So I won't be doing anything too much complex. I'm not planning to making any complex materials, and all those materials aren't even textured. So I'm just using them as they are, and we'll be just replacing. I will be just placing them onto this scene. Also, this world should be pretty dark and pretty, how to say, not so friendly. So first thing that I will be doing here is I'll be setting my resolution for my directional lights, because I want here some kind of directional light. I will be setting it to some kind of a more bluish light, because it will I will use it to simulate a little bit of moon lightning, something like that. And from here on, let's see. I think that I like this way of adding a little bit of lightning. And now I will be just placing here a simple cube so that it can give me just a sense of the scale, and I will be scaling to 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. Each cube in Unity is only 1 meter. 1 meter by 1 meter, and so when you scale it per 2, it becomes 2 meters. So it's a simplest way to measure things in Unity. Also, I'll be placing this. I will be trying to hide all those objects, and I will be placing this cube somewhere in the middle of a scene, I hope. Somewhere here. Just to have a sense of a scale, how big my car should be there, and how big everything should be. Also, I will be adding here my characters that I already prepared. One of those are proxy agent. That is our something like that. So we can see that it's almost 2 meters. So just that I have some kind of a reference here. And also I will be moving my camera into this area. Let's see, into this area, so that I can set its height to a correct height and things like that. And from here on, I can start. I can try to to understand how I need, what type of the spacing I really need here. So something like that. Let's say that our camera is a little bit smaller angle. No, even a little bit bigger. Okay. So, as I have already said here, some heights. I think that those are pretty big. Let's see here. I will be just trying to lower this terrain a little bit. Let's see, flatten. Now paint here. And raise the lower terrain with Control Shift. I can just lower it. Brush size, yeah. I just don't want this bump to be here. Something like that. Yeah, this world looks almost like something lunar, but no, it actually shouldn't be anything lunar, but yeah, the feeling is okay for me. So from there on, I will be, yeah, as I have added all those objects, I will be just trying to, and you will see that all those objects are pretty big, so I will be just scaling this object. When you're dealing with video games, you wouldn't be, well, you wouldn't want to scale too much objects. It's better to import them as they are. But as those objects, because scaling objects could give some problems with the physics and also with problems with floating point precision. But in this case, we are really okay with this. So I'll be just taking these kind of objects. Yeah, for example, this one. I like it really. I'll unpack this scene, and I will be moving this object somewhere there, just to add some kind of industrial structure. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that I like it pretty much. Yeah, something like that. Then I'll be taking a few other objects. For example, this one, I can take it and then no, I won't be moving it there. I will be moving it somewhere further. No, maybe I will be just scaling it, rotating it a little bit. Yeah, so that it looks like something that, some kind of a crane. Just to add some. Okay, then let's see what we have here. Some kind of structures. Yeah, this one is a pretty industrial structure. We can use this one. So what will be going on here is that our car will be transported here into this space, into this area, and then we will have some kind of a fight. Directional light. Okay, let's bring it a little bit. Yeah, so you can see right now that if we have this directional light, but I will probably just be using this directional light here just for one moment. Intensity 0.2, okay. And yeah, volumetrics, I don't want it to be such a big. I just want it to create some kind of smaller reflections. So yes, As I also want some kind of more contrasty look. Yeah, I'll be moving it here. Then let's say we have this another objects. Those are also some kind of industrial objects, so I will be taking those objects and just copying it into a scene. But first I will just unpack this and then select. Yeah, unfortunately this is all baked together. That isn't such a good thing for my needs, but never mind. I can take this one and then just translate it into my scene. So hopefully this will just help me to add some. Yeah, these objects are also some factory objects, some factory materials. So I'll be taking. Let's see if I have something that looks more like some kind of ventilation, some kind of. Yeah, this one could go well. So this is okay for me. Yeah, I will also unpack prefab completely, because otherwise it's really difficult to select objects from there. And I will be moving this one here. So I will also want to scale it a little bit so that we have something like that. No, it's too much. So let's see. Let's just move it. Somewhere. Something like that. And then let's add other things that we can find here. But before I start really adding those objects, let's try to think a little bit about how we can light this. Yeah, I know. How we can light this structure. What can we do about all the things that are going on here? Because actually I don't like in this moment this lighting. 0.2, yes. Multiply, nothing. We don't want here any how to say any volumetric lighting. Let's see if we can. Okay. Yeah, this will be nice. So I will be creating also here another light point light. Yeah, this is a trick that I'm always using. I'm creating first thing that I'm creating is a point light. Then I'm transforming this point light into a spotlight. So let's see. Let's change this radius, change here a little bit of color. This scene, I thought to make this scene mostly bluish. It should be pretty blue. I'll be just duplicating those materials so that I'm creating some kind of a nice material. And also you will see here that I actually have here just simple material. I will extract that material. Okay. And this is a, I don't know why. Let's see. This is, yes, this, and I will be just assigning this to all material. Okay. So that I can change here its properties. I'm not going to make it too much smooth, too smooth, but yeah, something like that. So from there on, yeah, let's close this timeline for a moment because it steals my space. Then I'll be taking those lights and creating some different lights so that I can place them in a scene and just create some contrasty looking image. Color temperature, yes. Let's change just a little bit this color temperature so that I can have much more control on how those lights behave. And let's come back to this directional light, and I will turn it completely down because actually I want to see how my lightning behaves here. Yeah, something like that. And right now you can see that there is something that works here. At least for me. Another thing is that here I have something that looks more like a frontal lighting, so that I'm actually illuminating it from this angle, but I want also some counter lighting just to pop up a little bit more of the contrast. So I'll be just taking this and maybe bringing it down to let's see, enable yes, shadow map. I didn't enable here shadow map, so yeah, this is also important thing when you're working with volumetric lighting. You have to enable some kind of shadow mapping. Enable shadow map, enable custom ultra. So yes, let's see if we can bring this somewhere where it can generate. Oh yeah, this is something okay. And main camera, I'll be moving this camera a little bit down and placing the whole scene a little bit up. This looks, for me, it looks pretty at this moment. Not complete, but yeah, I think that I have some kind of an industrial, more or less industrial look. Yeah, and we have here something that is some kind of a spaceship, but I will not be using it like that. I will be just rotating it and setting it somewhere behind like this, and then moving it here. maybe even on the back of a scene. Why this is important for me? This can be pretty nice element. So if I go here and I add some lights above it, and change this light a little bit, like, okay, I don't want it anymore to be, let's give here some kind of a red color, and then I will be adding another light from the back that should be much stronger than those lights, just to add some rim lighting. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, this material isn't really materials. Use embed, use external. Okay. No, I didn't want this. Okay. So let's extract materials, select folder. Karen asks, hello, any advantage of using HDRP? Well, it depends. If you look there are few things that are really good in HDRP, but it depends. At this moment, if you are making, for example, games, I wouldn't suggest you to use HDRP, because HDRP is always at the stage, at the experimental stage. But if you have, for example, to use ray tracing and some advanced features, it really helps a lot. But not for everything. So it's okay for some things, but not for everything. So it really depends. If you're, for example, if you're making this kind of video, pre-rendered video, it's perfect. If you're making some kind of high quality visualization in real time, it's perfect. If you're making a AAA video game, it is okay, perfect. But if you have to make your own game, it could be a little bit of a problematic. So at the moment, I'm also for many projects, I'm keeping. I'm trying to work mostly with a standard pipeline, because I know it really well, and I know what it can do, and it's stable. HDRP is prone to changes, and it will change next few months. So, but right now we are already getting into a stable version. So I'm mostly using in this project HDRP because I wanted to try it a little bit more, and I'm using it for some scenes where I need ray trace. So in that case, you have to use the HDRP. So let's see. Here we have those materials that I made, but they aren't no, that I didn't made, but. And I don't know why it use bad materials. I don't understand why sometimes from time to time it doesn't remap all those materials. So I will be just taking this one, and then I will be just doing it in a pretty simple way, like, okay, missing material, and I'm just adding here material. So I don't want to spend too much time on examining what is going on here. So let's see if we can just set this intensity to something bigger. Yeah. I will be probably changing this to spotlight. So right now I can just turn it to direction of this object and try to illuminate it really well, better, something like that, just to have more light onto it. And probably in this scene, I won't be needing too much of this. There's a difference. In other scenes, I was using a lot of fog, but here I won't be using so much. I will be keeping fog pretty low, and then fog attenuation, yeah. Then keeping it a little bit lower in intensity. So let's see. Yeah, this is mostly what we need here. Yeah, I will be also no, yeah, I don't think that it gives me that contrast that I need. I'm not sure why. Let's see if I can place it somewhere where it will kick a little bit more. Somewhere here. Yeah, placing lights is one of the most important things in 3D, I think. And then, unfortunately, many times it doesn't get done really well. It is always left for as a last thing, but actually it should be always the first thing. So yeah. Let's see. Here we have some point lights. I will duplicate this one, and what I want here is to create some kind of smaller point lights range. Let's take it down, and that are actually red. And yeah, I want intensity multiplier. But I want this light to be small, so that it just illuminates here, so that these are some kind of, there should be some kind of position marker, so nothing special, nothing too important. So yeah, something like that. Duplicate. Yeah, let's duplicate it and then just set it like that. Yeah, many times you wouldn't be doing this if you're making video game. You don't want to put so many lights. You will be just wanting to put important lights. But as we are making a movie, we actually can do it. So we are doing. But I'm not sure. I think that this is probably too much, and I will the other way, I will just drop down this intensity. Oh, it's dropping down. It's not dropping down. No, intensity. Yeah. So let's see. I'm just trying to. It's more like painting almost here. So it's not like it's not that it has to work. That has to be realistic here in this case. It just it has to work for my needs. So yeah. So let's see if I take this and make it, yeah, something like that. Oh yeah, I like it. I think that this should be pretty nice. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy if you like it, but you will see when you learn a little bit more about Deckard. You will easily learn how to get most of it, because Deckard is a really changes how everything looks. So if you're using Deckard, for example, there are many reasons. If you're not planning to use ray tracing, then you can just do everything with Deckard without any need for HDRP. So if you're not working, if you're making animations like in this case, of course. So let's see. No, I just want to create something that will look nice here. Okay, let's go a little bit further. I have to say that I like this pretty much. Oh, so sorry. I have to. Yeah. This. Do I like this? I don't know. I think I like it. What I also wanted to do here is that I wanted to add some, and we'll be adding here, package manager. It was called new particle system, that is visual effects graph. Okay, and I will be importing. I have already imported visual effects graphs, but I'm also importing this visual effects graph additions, because there are some few nice textures and materials you can see here. Yeah, and already some elements that I like pretty much. For example, this bonfire. I'll be dragging it here into a scene. Where it is? Okay, yeah, it is here. So let's move it somewhere. Because I want to have some kind of industrial lights. So I will be looking right now what is the best place. Yeah, also maybe here. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah. This could be a plausible, like some kind of a... like some kind of a furnace or something like that. Then we have flames. For example, this one is pretty nice. Let's see where they are. Play. Where they are? Okay. They are here, but I don't see them. Let's move them to... yeah, something like that. And these are the elements that I want in few places in this scene. I'll be then tuning them a little bit up, or maybe moving them a little bit at this moment they are really strong, but yeah, I will be trying to just to create all those elements. So of course my camera is under the so I'll be just taking this. Oh, for a moment I will be keeping them as a placeholders for some more advanced effects, as I think so. Let's see. So also I could be, no, I will be keeping this as a black color, and then okay, and then let's see how this everything looks in Decal. Yeah, because first I have to activate Decal. Decal render component. Okay, no switch use HDRP. So yeah, this is how it looks in a Decal. Yeah. So just be setting here focal focus on. Yeah, something like that. I think that it looks fine for a moment. I will be just having. I will have to move a little bit all those. How to say white? Yeah, just the white balance a little bit like this. Film color amount. Let's see. Okay, this one. Okay. Then I will be going here. What is really important in this case is just to change a little bit my exposure. Where I have here exposure is here, and I will have to add some more light, so you can immediately see a difference between Deckard and Unity. It simply adds this kind of more cinematic look. So let's see. Let's go here. Yeah. And now I'll be placing just lights and lights and lights. And let's see. We have, for example, this light here, but I want to have something that gives me some kind of area light that illuminates everything a little bit. And I'll be adding just here Deckard soft light and saying that this light should be a little bit bigger, something like that. And then just move it here so you can see that it already changes how my scene looks without adding too much of 7. Let's see. And okay, this isn't perfect. Okay, something like that, and I will just rotate this object here so that it illuminates from many angles this scene. It's just subtle effect. It's nothing that can just it just adds some more. So let's see, when we go to where our action will be going on, will be happening, and this is this area. But at this moment, maybe I will be just moving it somewhere here. I want just to add a few more things here, like some debris. I have some junk. It's pretty simple junk. Yeah, like adding here. Scale it up. Move it here somewhere. No, it's too big. I don't want it to be so big, so I will be just moving it here and then filling it up with a little bit of this type of things, or like stones, things like that. Yeah, but when you're dealing with movie, it's, if I were making a game, then I should look from every angle. But in this case, I'm trying to just work from the angle that is of my interest, and then fill up all the other things. So let's see. Yeah, then I really like this, how it looks somewhat. I need right now some kind of some kind of objects, bigger objects, something that gives us some kind of feeling of a space. So let's see. Let's move this one here and then see what is going on, how it looks. So it's mostly okay. Just move, see. You have to watch. Yeah, so something like that could be. I don't like it. Let's see, let's see. I'll be closing Decal, so just to have a little bit more performance. So yeah. I think that this is fine. Not sure if I like it. Okay. For a moment I will be keeping it there. So let's see what we have here. Something more. Some industrial things. Okay, yeah, this one could be fine. Oh yeah, this is pretty industrial, so yeah, this should go. Just move it. Okay, I like it. And this, no, but I don't want it too close because I want it a little bit somewhere there. And you can see right now, just by adding this object here, everything changes a little bit. You see that perception of a space becomes much more different. And yeah, this wasn't something that I was thinking of, but I think that it could have pretty much of a sense in this case, because so this will just give me some kind of a different feel if I try to use it like that. And also, as we have this object that I like pretty much as it looks right now, I'll be just taking this and renaming it something like tower. I'll be taking it out, and I want to just to add all those point lights that I had here. Now let's control, yes, this one, this one, this one, and this one should be duplicated, and then they should go. Oh no, I don't have to duplicate it. I can delete this one and then take all those lights. Point light, point, no, not this one, and this one. I just put it into a tower and then duplicate it. And then I wanted just to move this tower to another place, something like that, so that it repeats itself. Yeah. And so right now I have much more ideas on what I'm doing here. So, as we had these kind of tubings, I want to add those tubes somewhere here and to fill this kind of space with some kind of tubes. So let's see if we can turn them right. So, because something like that, and move them up and move them in front. So yes, this has some kind of a industrial sense, so it should work pretty well. Okay, so when my camera moves, it will maybe show some kind of this elements. Then also let's move it here, and just to try to punch them out, try to push them out, something like to make them stand out. I will be adding some lights, and also I will be adding some kind of elements here. Let's see what we have here. Okay, this one could go there. Oh yes, I like it. I will be needing something there. Okay, yeah, this is some kind of reactor that could be going, that we could be placing somewhere here, just like an element. No, I'm not sure. No, maybe not there. Thank you, Fabio. Nice to meet you here. So let's, okay, this one, maybe this can go here. Let's bring it. Those are all some kinds of elements. Yeah, but I don't like them so much. Not sure about that. So, as we have this material, I want to add some kind of noise into this, just a little bit, to be able to darken it, lighten it. I'm not sure. So then push it up. Metallic, no. Smoothness, okay, no. When it's too smooth, I don't like it. Base map like that, I don't like. Noise. Let's see. No. For the moment, I'm keeping it just like that. And I will be doing some other tricks that I think that are much interesting. Let's see this with Decal. Yeah. Right now, it starts to look somewhat more interesting. or at least I think so. Let's start to move our camera a little bit down to here, and then we could also add one 3D object. And this is a trick that I'm using, and why, for example, what is an advantage of using HDRP? This one that is called sorry, let's see here, visual Decal projector. Okay, so this actually gives you a possibility to project any texture onto a mesh without having to map it or things like that. So you can pretty easily project big textures here. So if you can see it here, you will see it now here. Let's create a new material. I will create here. Create material. Let's call it the Decal. I'm not sure how I want to call it right now. Decal. Yeah, we have to make some orders here because where is this? Where it is? No, I don't think that it renamed it like I wanted it to be renamed. Yeah, but I have, for example, also this water decal, and this is pretty good because I could easily, that material that I have made on one of the episodes, I can easily just place some water on this whole scene. You can see that right now I can project it. So tiling, let's say 10, and let's say 10, something like that. So this gives me a pretty nice possibility to add variations to my world. Fade factor, so as this will be adding. And also, as I have this material here, okay, yes, I want it will be seen, and also I don't like those buildings as they aren't illuminated as they should be, so they are not punchy, they aren't seen so very well. I will be just setting this up like this. Let's see Decker view. Oh yes, I like this. I must say that I liked. And as I said, always when you have some nice elements, try to illuminate them with some kind of lights, because otherwise they won't be seen even. So yeah, something like that. Let's go here. No, this is too strong. Intensity 50, no. Yeah, and you can see right now that this material is really ugly and I don't like it. So I will be just pushing it down. No, or pushing it up. I'll be just adding some metallic property to it. Not sure. Something like that. And yeah, we have here. Yeah, also you can see that my ambient occlusion is isn't so strong as it should be. A little bit radius maybe should be. Oh, quality. See. No, not in blue. Context shadows. Do we need context shadows? I don't think that we need. Why my shadows are... My shadows here actually were better if I don't... This one actually looks better. Ah, yeah, because we don't have maximum distance, so it's... Yeah, you can see that when I move, you always have to find some kind of balance based on your scene. So it's like, okay, I have all those materials and I will have to... Yeah, something like that, okay. And let's see, one another thing that I want to add here probably is another light. So I'll be just duplicating one of those lights, setting it to some bigger range, and then just moving it until it, yeah, setting also its, no, multiplier. Why it doesn't? You can see right now that it doesn't emit any. Let's see where it is. Huh. Okay, yes. Yeah, somewhere there. Okay. This type of thing could be a thing. And then just move its color and change a little bit. Yeah, I think that I will be tuning this material with some with a Decal turned down. Let's see. Do we need a little bit darker here? Yeah. And now let's make another trick. Let's add another 3D visual effect, create rendering, Decal projector. So why I'm using this Decal projector? This projector will be projecting some kind of textures onto this big, what it's called, into those towers. So I will be just rotating it a little bit like this, and then I will be scaling it something like 100 times, okay, and then something like 100 times, okay. For a moment, it should be pretty okay like that. and then I can move it here. So you are asking probably why I'm making this thing, because I can from here on, let's say here, create folder Decal projectors, Decal projectors, create material, the Decal, Decal sci-fi, okay, and then I will be just setting this to be HDRP material. So it's HDRP material, and it's called Decal. Okay, so here I can set base map and other things. So Decal projector, just make it go here. And for example, if I need here some kind of writing, I don't know, this won't be there, but okay, yeah, I could just project this kind of a texture or something that is a little bit, yeah, something like that. And you can see right now that if I move it, it will be just mapping that texture onto my material. So I could, for example, project some kind of let's see what suites here. Yeah, I could make some writings maybe here. Not sure. Writings. Yeah, I put something like this. No. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get inspired by just scrolling some textures and trying something that okay, this one, industrial texture could be pretty nice. So then you go here and you can scale it, as you can see here. Now this is I have to scale it probably. So let's see. No, I always trying to understand how that. Okay, yeah, this one. So in this way, no, this is a cropping. If I select this, yeah, this is scaling. You can see right now that it scales, and then I can position it onto my object. Yeah. So this is a pretty interesting and simple way to add some cool effects here. I can also do this somewhere here. Let's say rotate it. Yeah, this is an alternative to doing all kind of mappings, going into programs and then doing it elsewhere. And it's a pretty nice alternative because it works really fine and it works fast, at least for this type of things. Yeah, I also had something like I may have made my own decal material. So let's see, but that material was for illumination textures. And let's see, create new material. Yes, something like here. Create material. Let's call it Uh, no, no landing. Yeah, this was. It only projects emission color, so I can create another. As you can see, we have right now here this texture, this, but then I can create. Okay, yes, this one, self illumination, decal. Okay. If you want to see how I made this one as a shader in shader graph, you can always open a last streaming where I did this self illumination decal. Okay, so this one we have to drag it here and then select some texture here. So if I select this texture, it will be, for example, yeah, but I won't be using this one, but never mind. So right now, if I move this one here, it will be there. And I can also drop it down as a... Oh, no, yes, of course. Why it doesn't work? It doesn't work because it takes input texture alpha, and this one didn't have. Okay, so this is... So right now, if I move this object here, I can simply move it down, for example, or move it anywhere where I want. So like, okay, we just need some writings self-illuminated somewhere there. Let's move it a little bit more. Okay, yeah, something like that. I'll be moving it down here, changing this color. So let's say this color is something like that. Yeah, but I will be also changing this material. So yeah, this is a procedure. Also, let's see. I'm not sure if this material even has some normal map. Oh, sorry, normal map. No, let's see. Noise. Yeah, I'm always trying, as you probably know, I'm always trying to reuse any textures that I have somewhere in this project. So it's like, okay, I don't want to create for everything a new texture. Yeah, something like that. And we can also use pre-planner. Maybe pre-planner is a better way because it will project onto all objects at the same scale this texture, so that it adds a little bit of diversity. And I don't want it to be so strong, so a little bit just... Yeah, it just adds a little bit of... And we can also add some coat mask. Coat mask is a reflection that is over standard reflection, so it just adds some specular points, and it is pretty nice way to add something, some kind of variation. Yes, here we have this. Let's move it and just see what suits this thing better. Yeah, something like that. And then I will be needing some kind of, let's see what we have here. I think that it works for me at the moment. So I will be then smashing all those things into my scene, moving them around and doing and trying to. Okay, yeah, this could be a furnace. Okay, yes, as I had that, as I was asking myself, oh, where does this burn? You always have to ask yourself why something is in your scene if it's in your scene. So let's just make it bigger, and then no, even bigger. Then just move it here. No, it's too big. Okay, but we can scale it up. We scale it down so that it fills this object. Yeah, I think that it's mostly a Decal view. So we can scale this image a little bit up. Let's change let's change this yeah. Then there are some objects that we really don't need. Those first ones that I made, they aren't actually needed. So I will be keeping maybe them for some other things and for other movements in the scene. So no, for a moment. I think that it looks pretty convincing for a moment. Let's see also here if we can try some other colors. Here I'm just changing how this scene would look with the Deckard, with different camera types. So this is our films, analog films. This is, for example, how it looks with a Canon camera, how it looks with Blackmagic, how it looks with ARRI Alexa, and how it looks Rec 709. That is similar to neutral. And then we have, I don't know, Fuji, and yeah, but I think that Fuji is one that I like most for this movie. I'm mostly using Fuji. So I can also change here saturation, drop it down, because sometimes you don't want the image to be too saturated. And then I will be adding also some filmic noise. You see that Deckard has this type of different types of noise. I'm not sure how much we can see this on YouTube, but for example, this is, for example, kind of a noise that is made by a film. And then you can push it right here, and you will get some kind of a noise that is actually happening on a digital camera. So this can be used to match material with real cameras if you are doing something. And then also we have some bigger controls on this. For example, like post-processing sharpens, so it adds some clarity, but I don't like it. No, it's not that I like it. It's okay if you are delivering something, but for video, but mostly you don't want to use it. I don't want to use it because it is, it is a little bit it isn't something. That's something that can be used only better to use in post processing, because too much sharpening can give you a non-natural image. So yes, and then I think that we are mostly some way done here. I'm not sure. I will probably have, yeah, and later I will have, okay, yeah, let's try to import. Now let's try and go to our character and see how does it look, because I will have also, I will be moving in this scene, so having it from one angle isn't everything. So I will have to move my camera into this area where is my character. Yeah, somewhere here. I think that it looks pretty okay. And then I will have to, yeah, I will be just deleting this object, and then I will have to rotate my character just to look into this space, and then I can take my camera even closer to him. Or maybe I won't be going so close. I will be probably going something further away, and then just setting focal, zooming into him. Yeah, but for a moment, let's say that we want to get closer to him. And then I will have to place some lighting to illuminate him. I'm not sure if why not? We can even try it right now, just to have some idea on what is actually going on. You will see that right now my camera doesn't focus on him, so I will be adding here. Yeah, we're taking this heap and saying Decal render to focus on him. So yes, this is a kind of a thing that it works very well. And right now you can see that he isn't illuminated. So what I will be doing, like I was illuminating a little bit those towers, I will be also trying to illuminate him, trying to match somewhat lighting that we have in the scene. Oh yeah, let's see. Yes, this is something that is probably too strong, but yeah, we will have to find some reason to have that lighting behind him. Yeah, I will place something here, and then just to not be so able to see that light, I will just switch this to the spotlight so that it illuminates only him. This is something that you are actually doing in the movies. You aren't. You always have to try to set up lights, also in a real scene, based on on your shot, not on your whole scene. You can't have a correctly lit scene, nice lit scene when you are trying to. Yeah, so something like that, I think it could work pretty fine. Yeah, if I change here aperture, then maybe we can see more behind him, but yeah, I will be keeping this a little bit blurred, so that when the camera moves it gives some nice kind of a movement. CyberX, what's the name of a building asset in the video? In this video, no, it's not building asset. If you look from the start, they're just some greeble assets. And I bought them on CG, it's called, oh my God, CG Trader. But unfortunately, it isn't available anymore. So I don't know who made that asset. He took it off CG Trader site. Yeah. So this is. Yeah. I think that I will be closing for today. Oh, maybe, yeah. Let's see. No, I will just. Okay. I just want to come back to my first scene and see how it looks, to understand what can be done there, how it can be done. Okay, something like that. I wanted a little bit of that background to be seen better, so something like that, yeah. Then go somewhere. Yeah, we will have car coming here and then entering into this scene by breaking a fence. I will have to make here some bigger fence, that doorway, and so we are coming into this scene and seeing this place, and there is this proxy agent that is a person that attacks the. So this is a. Oh my God! Let's move. Okay, yeah. What can I do also here? Right now, I'm understanding that there are some things that can be done. Yeah. Let's make some more debris here, just to push this scene. At the end, I'm just using always not always the same, but mostly the same assets. So this, so that it even, yeah, and you can see right now that my Decal projector is projecting also on this object, but it's not something that I actually want. So let's see if we can. Yeah, this is a water decal. No. Yeah, this decal projector. So let's see if we can fix this in some way. So it's on a default layer. If I push it, no. I was thinking that decal layer, water decal. Let's see if this can be set. Huh. No, it can be set. Yeah, this is a problem with decal meshes, because I thought that there were some way of setting how much it influences other objects. I will have to. No. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. There is a way. So I will have to go into this material and say receive decals and turn it off. So because I don't want those materials to receive the calls, because they are close to this place. Yeah, it would be better if we could group objects into some kind of groups and fix it in this way, but unfortunately For now, I will have to suggest Unity to add this kind of filtering. So let's see. Yeah, we have also here some. Yeah, we could also take this object and probably push it into a scene. But I'm not sure if I want it there. Yeah, I want it somewhere, but just maybe, yeah, maybe I will be using it later on. Like at the moment, I don't want to cover this nice background that I like pretty much. These kind of buildings that are really somewhat cool. Yeah. No problem, Cyberx. Let's see. Hello, I'm a beginner in Unity. Is there any chance I can get to work under you as an intern or student? Your work is amazing. Oh, thank you very much. But at the moment, I'm really sorry. I already have too many students. I'm teaching also in university, so and in this situation with the COVID and things like that, I don't have. For me, it's as you probably see, I'm mostly working alone because it's much more difficult uh, to work with many people, as I would have to spend too much time into explaining things and not working. So I'm really sorry about that. So, and also it's a little bit of a problematic with the internet. It's a difficult to learn. But if you follow my channel, I'm mostly showing everything that I'm doing. So you should watch here, and you can probably learn something. I hope so. So let's see. Yeah, so we have this, and then okay. I will just move. Okay. Yeah, so I think that for today I'm pretty okay with this. So guys, if you have any questions, other questions, I'm glad to be here also for some moment more. And please don't hesitate to ask. So I will give you right now something like just give me a few minutes because I have to go for a moment, and I'll be coming back. And in the meantime, please leave some questions, and I will be answering everything that you are interested into. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. Mm, there are, yeah. If you watch my channel, you can learn. I'm mostly doing everything that on this while I'm working on this movie, everything that you need if you want to learn making movies and animations. So yeah, best way is to start from a first episode and then look everything that I've did here and just follow next episode, because we will have here something like much more of this. So uh, yeah, maybe try to look and try to understand a little bit of what I'm doing here. So always, if something isn't clear, you can ask, and I can also try to explain. So, but many things are mostly repeated. So when I'm doing, for example, some kind of these things here, like setting up decal, setting up lights, setting up things, I'm repeating those things for many scenes. So it's yeah, some of those things aren't universal. So you don't have any solution that is universal. Like how can I can say you, oh, listen, this thing will work for everything. No, you always have to study composition, study lighting, study movement, study animation. Unfortunately, making movie by yourself is a hard thing, and I have 45 years, so I have 25 years of experience in doing that, and in doing some things of that job. But until now, I never made a movie, so it's like yeah, I made short advertising movies and things like that, but not a real movie. So this is the first time that I'm trying to do it. So you have to study and always study and study everything from photography. The best way to learn really is to start studying a little bit photography, studying lighting, studying materials, and I hope that this scene, for example, I just wanted to show you, show to everybody that you can have a nice looking scene even uh, if you don't have models that are too complex, that are texturized very well, things like that. It's mostly about more about lighting. It's more about colors, lighting, and composition. So always think about that. So you can make a good-looking scene even if you are using 4 cubes, just simple cubes. So always start from a simple things and try to make them look good, and not starting from things that are maybe too complex, too difficult to do, and then also difficult to manage and to make them look good. So yeah. Yeah, my very first video is it seemed to be of advanced. Yeah, all those videos are of advanced level. So I'm not. These aren't tutorials, but this is of work in progress. So some things, but I think you shouldn't look at them like, okay, I will learn from here how to how to make something pass by pass. You will have these videos are made for you to understand what can be done and what can't be done and how it can be achieved. So it is more important, I think, to know that something can be done, that can be done easily, than to know how it can be done. Because you can always learn how to do, but if you don't know that it can be it can be done, you will always maybe you won't even try to do it. So yeah. Is it possible to make Decal render for 180 VR or 360 VR style video render? At the moment, yeah, how to say? I don't know if you know. I already made a VR panorama that is made for this task, but a Decal render is too complex for this kind of thing. At the moment, I'm trying to understand how to optimize everything, but there are some things under the hood of Unity that I'm not able to go beyond. So I'm working on some kind of support for 180, and probably also 360, but I'm unable to make it support. How to say? Stereoscopic image for a moment. For a moment, it is just too heavy. Yeah, actually, we would have to wait a little bit more for a new generation of graphic cards, because if you want to do that kind of things also with ray tracing and things like that, you will have to wait. You will have to have a big amount of VRAM, and something that unfortunately even new generations of graphical cards doesn't support. I mean something like 24 gigabytes of VRAM, because ray trace is extremely heavy on VRAM. And when you are dealing with big amounts of image space, like of texture, then everything breaks up. So you probably know that you can't even render like in ray trace with in 4K. So that this is the problem that if you're working in stereoscopic VR video, you have to have some big amount of resolution. Yeah. Sveta, do we need to have that much experience to become an expert? 25 years. Actually, I even don't think right now that I'm expert. So yeah, I think that, and I'm continuing to learn every day. So it's really. Technology advances also. So you're starting with some things, then technology advances, then you have to relearn things and so on. So it's you have to study if you want to work in this business. You have to study every day. So guys, gals, If you don't have any more questions, I will be closing this stream. And yeah, we are right now almost 2 hours of stream. So yeah, thank you for coming. And if you like my video, give me like and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already subscribed. And if you know somebody that could be interested in this, please share a word, because it will help me and whole community. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming, and hope to see you soon. Bye.